Okay, guys. So apparently, a few days ago or so, I was having a very interesting discussion with few associates of mine. We were sitting on a table discussing about different kind of business plan, business ideas, etc. And there was an important question which was asked to me. Okay, and I'm going to be discussing that in today's video. It's things that have helped me and which would also help you. These are some really, really practical tips that you can implement right away. Okay, but one very important thing that you have to understand is you gotta be disciplined. Okay, and systematic. Each and every little plan that you're gonna be working on. So let's get started. So what I'm gonna be sharing with you guys today is two amazing tips. Okay, which are $1 million tips. Okay, for 2026, for 2026. So the first thing is, do not rely on one business alone. Okay, let me make it very clear. If you've got one business which is making you 6 figures, 10 figures, it doesn't matter. The important thing is, do not rely on that alone. Ensure that you have at least a minimum of three different businesses that's making you 6 figures. Okay, take a note of that. All right, and even if, let's say, you guys are currently working, thinking of quitting a job or something of that sort, you can only do that if you've got three different businesses that's making you 6 figures. Unless and until you don't reach that point, or you don't reach that phase or stage where you're making 6 figures from all these three different businesses, do not ever think of quitting your, let's say, 9 to 5 job, or your like whatever task that you're doing where you get your fixed income. Okay, take note of that. So another thing is, and now people say that, oh, it sounds like, I mean, too good to be true or something. No, it isn't. Okay, if you work your ass off, okay, if you work, I mean, really, really hard as fuck, then you can definitely achieve, okay, things that I've just discussed in this video right now. Okay, so do not come up with such excuses. You can definitely do that. Okay, because if I've done it, and, if millions of guys just like me have done it, so can you. All right. Second thing is, so that's about business. Okay, ensure that you have at least minimum of three different businesses that are making you 6 figures. Okay. Second thing is to have minimum of 7 different investments. Okay. Now, when I talk about investments, people also kind of get a bit confused. They're like, okay, real estate, yes, that's pretty obvious. What else apart from real estate? So apart from real estate, you can invest in shipping containers. Okay, it's also a great passive income investment model. Third, you can invest in cryptocurrencies, some really stable dividend-paying cryptocurrencies. Okay, I can have discussions with you on this. I mean, if you join our let's say members group or community, where we have discussions about passive income ideas. Once you become a student, okay, in my club or in my community, you get access to that. Okay, so cryptocurrencies, I would say. And then I would also say agro-farming, because there are lots of amazing farms in Ireland, Colombia, where you can invest in fruits and vegetables and really make, I would say, like really good returns, somewhere between 15 to 20% per year. And then you've got the, let's say, audiobooks. Now, why do I rate or term audiobooks as an investment? Mainly because once you've produced and distributed audiobooks to different markets, it turns out it becomes a passive income model for you. Okay, you don't have to do any marketing, you don't have to do any advertising. You produce, distribute, and leave it. That's it. It brings you excellent passive income. After audiobooks, I would say storage rooms would be an excellent model for passive income. Okay, so you can do that as well. Look for places that has storage rooms, where people are basically looking to stuff their luggage, stuff their belongings, so that also is something great which brings you passive income. Okay, then you've got the franchising business model. So let's say, for example, you've got a small business, you want to turn it into a franchise-based business model. You can do that as well, and that also brings you excellent passive income. Okay, just like what I'm doing. So I've got franchise partners in London, I've got in Dubai, I've got in the US, I've got in Germany, and I've got in Netherlands as well. And very soon we will be expanding into the African continent as well, where we'll be having more and more partners. So that's something which you can definitely do. Okay, provided you get started with at least 1 or 2 businesses. You've got, let's say, cash flow that's coming in, which you can then use to diversify into other businesses or other investments. Okay, so hope this was helpful for you guys. Hope it was informative. If you would like to get, let's say, more details, more information, reach out to us. You can connect with me or with one of my managers, or probably even, like I said, join our community or join our club, where you can enroll in different courses, different programs, to enrich your knowledge. All right, guys, that's it for now. Take care. God bless.